Hi everyone! So today I wanted to recreate this makeup look that James Malloy created on this gorgeous model at the recent My Go Christmas event. So let's get started. So on the day, James prepped the skin with the Veleda Day cream, but I'm not going to use it just because it's quite rich for my oily combination skin type. I'm going to use this moisturizer by Kama Ayurveda, which is a lightweight moisturizer and good for my combination skin type. Then he used the By Terry Brightening CC Serum. This is a number 4 and applied that all over the face, and this was to add a little bit of warmth to her skin tone, but on me it is pretty close to my skin tone. For foundation, he used the Dior Forever foundation, so I'm going to use my Dior foundations as well, mixing 2 shades 4 and 3 Warm Olive. Then he did a layer of blush, and for this he used the Rare Beauty blush in Encourage. So just doing that, and this is applied with one of the newer brushes that are launching from the brand, and this is the brush number 163, the feathered brush. For concealer, he used the one by Refi, I believe. It's number 2, and it has a satin finish with a bit of radiance. I don't have that particular concealer, so I'm going to use my Natasha Denona concealer. Then for bronzer, he went in with the Psy Beauty Medium Bronze Cream. So instead of that, I don't have that product. I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Contour Stick. I'm using the same brush that he'd used, which is a beautiful dense synthetic brush. Then he sets the under eye and the face with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Powder. I'm going to be using the shade Medium and also using the Airbrush Brightening Powder by Charlotte Tilbury for under eyes. Moving on to the star of the look, which is the eyes. For the eyes, he started with the liquid Lurex. So I'm using the shade Phoebe all over the eyelid and blending it out. This is a matte shade. He's using the Kajal liner in brown by the brand Hilden Beauty. And I'm going to apply this to my top and bottom waterline. And then he's using this with one of the newer brushes again. This is the brush 253, I believe, to smoke out the liner first along the bottom lash line. You can see this brush is quite small and dense, so it keeps the blowout, I guess, from the pencil very close to the lash line, which I really enjoy about this brush. And then at the outer corner, you can get the angle to lift the eye and then connect that with the top lash line. And again, blend it out with the brush along the top lash line. Then James used some Hilden eyeshadows, which I don't have the palette. So it's just basically some matte neutral brown shades. So I'm just going to be using my Viseart palettes for that. Just adding a little bit of subtle definition along the socket of my eye. And using a darker brown eyeshadow just along anywhere we had the Hilden eyeliner, so the brown eyeliner. Then for the shimmer eyeshadow, again he went into the Hilden palette. I don't have that. So I'm going to be using the Bodyography glitter pigment, the shade Halo. This has more of a true silver white kind of reflex. So applying that all over the mobile eyelid. And then he moved on to the brows, and he's used a brow pencil by Refi. And I'm going to use the same using the shade Medium. This is such a beautiful fine brow pencil, and I'm grateful that we got this in the goodie bag from the event. So I'm just filling the brows in with this pencil, and that makes a big difference already. Then he used a pink honey brow product. I'm not sure, I didn't write it down properly, but it was a brow gel glue pomade kind of a product. So instead I'm going to be using my recent favorite, which is the KJH brow gel. It just keeps my brows in place all day long. And then to finish off this look, we're going to use the mascara by Hourglass. And using the same mascara on the bottom lashes, but with this smaller lash brush by My Go. Just using that. I believe the brush may be 301, but don't quote me on that. And then lastly, for the lips, he did use the Wonder Skin lip stain, but I'm not a fan just because I have quite two-tone pigmented lips and it always looks a bit weird on me. So instead, I'm just going to use the lipstick that he used on top. So this was the NARS lipstick, I believe in Luscious. So I'm just using that with a lip brush. He used it in almost like a buffing, soft kind of an application. But because I don't have the lip stain underneath, I'm going to go in with the heavier one. I'm going to use a darker neutral lip liner as well. This is the Lisa Eldridge lip liner in 02. And that completes this look. Obviously, I have a much deeper skin tone compared to the model, so it is going to look a little different, but I think this look is so beautiful and will be perfect for any event pretty much, just because of the neutral tones used in creating this look. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.